Hello there. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you for checking this out. Welcome to the first episode of the second season. And it's been a minute. It's actually been like 5 months exactly, like a little hiatus. I think, life got a little challenging and 202 is a lot more harder than I could have ever expected. But now, here we are, and my daughter just turned 1. My baby is not a baby. I have no babies. I have toddlers now. And to top it off, today is actually, I just nursed her for the last time. Even though I said I was going to nurse her the last time like a week ago. Today, right now, was the last time. I have one more bag of milk left. So today is the end of an era, which is great because it brings in this new one. I'm ready and I'm excited to just go full force with this podcast. I got such great feedback. I learned so much from the first season. So far, I shot a couple episodes, no mistakes so far, besides the fact that I left like a memory card. But other than that, like the actual quality is still good. I hope you enjoy this first episode. It's a quick one. It's just to update you guys where my life is at, where I'm at, because spoiler alert, it gets better. So for all the moms in the trenches and dads, just know it gets better. It takes about a year to not be like dying, It just takes a year for you to get out of that fog. So enjoy this episode and welcome back.
Hey. Welcome to the Acting Like a Mom podcast. I am Alicia, your host, and we are here to shine a spotlight on the incredible and often untold stories of mothers navigating the fast-paced world of the entertainment industry. Let's get to it.
Mama.
Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the second season of Acting Like a Mom podcast. We are here, and if you didn't notice, I am not pregnant, finally. I feel like for the last 3 years, I've been like pregnant or breastfeeding or nursing. I'm almost done nursing. I'm still nursing, but we're like almost there. My daughter's actually 10 months now. So it's actually really funny to see endearing to see the first season, because I was going through so many emotions. I was just like pregnant and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember that. That was like editing it and going through that. I was like, oh, I know where she's at. That girl, she was not in a good place. And then we had the fog. I think that we're just now getting out of the fog. I'm 10 months postpartum and we are literally just like breathing. And I'm just happy to be here because it's been wild having 2 kids. Having 2 under 2, I'll say having 2 under 2 specifically is wild. I think that there's 4 stages of the 4th trimester, and they are adrenaline, excitement, reality, exhaustion. I made this up. But look, when you first have your kid, there's adrenaline. I mean, you literally were like close to death and you're just like, everyone's like, it's a baby. Oh my gosh. You have all those moments. And then you're excited, once the adrenaline like wears down, you're just like, oh yes, this is so amazing. Oh, this beautiful baby. Oh, I love life. And then like reality sets in and you're just like, this is wild. This is hard. Like, this is what it's like. I gotta do all these things. This is just like, it's almost like it's when you get home and just reality sets in that you just like brought home a new baby. And then by the time that goes, then it's exhaustion. You're like just beat. And that could go for like, I don't know, until the baby starts sleeping through the night, which I don't even know. I mean, right now we're sleeping through the night. She wakes up at like 5:30ish. That's fine. I could do that. So I'm just glad to finally be here. I feel like, it takes a toll on everyone. Like my husband, myself, my son, like all of us were like adapting. And now it's just like, oh my gosh, I love her so much. Oh, like I was so worried that I would not have enough love to give. Like I was like, I love my son so much. What could possibly compare to this? And then I had her and oh my gosh, it's just been the most beautiful experience. And I always thought I'd be just like a boy mom. Like I just felt boy energy. I'll get you one of these. She is the sweetest. Like she lets me cuddle her. Harlow never lets us cuddle him. It's always like a fight. It's only when he's sick when we get to hold him. But it's okay. We're doing it. I think one thing that is interesting, what I didn't think of, is that with one kid, we were able to be like, oh, here, someone gets a break. with this, we kind of divided and conquered. Like you feel like a single parent. Like I always had her and he always had him, and obviously, we come together, but when it comes down to it, it's one and one. So you kind of you're taking care of one kid by yourself, all the diapers, all the meals. Sometimes they'll merge, but it just seems to be easier for us to get it to where we had, um now it was nice because it wasn't as overwhelming, and now we're doing shifts. So now that helps. I'll always say shifts. Do shifts, guys. You got a four we have like 4 hour shifts, and that helps us out so much because we get stuff done now, so they'll be there, and that's just kind of been working for us. Something else that happens is kind of like finding your village, even if it's not like what we want as village as far as like people coming in and watch them, but just having someone to talk to. You end up making friends with people who you were acquaintances with before, and now they're your friends because they're up in the middle of the night with you, like dealing with, like with my first pregnancy. I felt like I had my crew of mom friends that we were like, they were all within like a couple months of each other, so we were in the same stages together, and it was really nice talking to them. And now I actually have two friends who I have, both my kids are relatively close in age, and now that's who I talk to often, and we get suggestions with each other. We send suggestions to each other, like, "Hey, is anyone doing this? Have you tried this?" And I think that kind of has been like, I don't know, it's been really motivating to have it. And I think I got to a place, I'm not even gonna lie, like at the end of last year, what, in December-ish, um, I felt like I hit rock bottom. I felt like I couldn't get any lower. I remember I was just like, God, how much lower can I go? I wasn't happy. I couldn't shake it. And I was like, how long does this have to be? Because the pregnancy, I was feeling that way. Postpartum, I was feeling that way. And I was like, I just gotta make changes, and I gotta change my mindset. And I decided to take action, and I feel so much better, because the hardest thing for me, I would say, was mourning my past self. With the one kid, I kind of did it, but I got pregnant so quick, it just was happening. But like now I had to sit in the fact that like how different life was gonna look now. You can't just get up and go. You can't just do these things. And I was like, you just have to accept it and move on. And I felt so much better. I was like, look, this is your life. Sure, it's a little bit more complicated, but you got two arms, you got two legs, you could breathe, you could see, you could hear, you could smell. You got all these amazing things. And for some reason, you're just thinking of the negatives. So I switched my mind with lots of positive talk and self motivating things. And I was really searching for who I wanted to be now as a mom. Like, what do I look like? What does life look like as a mom? What's this new version of myself? That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to find, what is this new version of myself with the mom? And I was like, what is it? What does it look like? And I got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done trying to like force this. Instead, what I did was I applied things that were almost molded who I would want to be. So instead of me trying to like figure out who this woman I wanted to be, I did things that would build a person I wanted to be. What I started with is, I remember it was December 16th, 2024. I started 75 soft. And when I say soft, I mean extra soft. I mean soft like my stomach, soft. I gave myself so much leeway. When I usually do things, I'm like, you gotta do it this way, you gotta kill it, you gotta attack it, like that's it, like walking is not working out. I had such harsh expectations of myself. And when I finally let that go, I said I couldn't even wait till the new year. You know how people start New Year's and they have their goals and stuff. I said, no, I cannot wait that long. I got to start now. So December 16th, I started my 75 extra soft. Honestly, I didn't even finish it. What it did was it made me realize that I have more time than I thought I did, and make myself a priority. I think you could say like, oh, you gotta know what's a priority. You gotta make things a priority. And then there's actually doing it. And I think for the first time in a very long time, I was making myself a priority and building myself. And that was my priority, because I knew that I could not be my best self if I was going to let myself just keep just putting everyone else first. I had to put me first. I had to put me first. So by implementing the 75 soft, it 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 forced me to make time for me. Working out, I thought there was no time. There is actually time to work. If you make it a priority, you can do it. You can make it happen. You could do whatever you put your mind to. If you want to get in shape, you could get in shape. If you want to read, which was one of the rules, so it was mine, I'll just say my 75 soft rules, which I modified a little bit. It was get dressed every day. Um, it, it was get dressed every day, get 120 grams of protein, spend 20 minutes with God every day, uh, drink 3 liters of water, and only drink alcohol on, occasions, events, birthdays, whatever. All of these things I did it, and I kept growing and I kept getting better, and I wasn't mad at myself when I didn't. Like when I love checking things off. I love crossing it off the list. I love saying I did it. But I was so nice to myself. It was sickening because I was tired of being mean to myself. I was over that. I don't want to be mean to myself. I don't want to talk to myself like how I wouldn't talk to anyone. I would never say the things to other people what I had said to myself. There's certain things that I said to myself that I would have never said to anyone. So I don't need to say it to myself, period, point blank. So I think that this like kept building I did these little things. They're so little. The fact that I read, I used to love reading, and I was like, I just don't have time. But when I was trying to do it every day, I realized I have time to read. It may be a little sporadic and a little random. Yeah, maybe you can't plan it, but instead of when you have a little time, it's like, I'm gonna read 10 pages. 10 pages is so simple. The first book I read, it was Never Let Go by Ryan Kennedy, which so good. If you haven't read that book, it was the first book that I've read. It was a fiction book that actually related to me where I am right now in my life. Not necessarily like everything that's going on because she's going through a divorce and all these things, but like you read books where you are similar to, and it's like she had kids, so I could empathize with the kids. And at that time, I was having a really hard time in my relationship with my husband because we just weren't making our relationship a priority. We were just like taking care of the kids. And I know, of course we know that. Of course, you got to put your relationship first. I know that, but like in this moment, all I feel like I could do is take care of these kids and just survive day to day. You know what I'm saying? So reading a book like that, it really, oh gosh, there, I just felt like there were so many parallels, and it was so inspiring. Like I cried reading the book. Like I grew these new feelings again that I thought were dead inside of me through reading, through taking care of myself, through working out. I mean, getting dressed, I know that sounds crazy, but I was living in a robe for every day for like months. And I realized it when I was like making stories on Instagram, and I was like, yo, you're always in a robe. I do love robes, and I still love robes, and I'm still gonna wear them, but I could wear them at the appropriate times. All day is not the appropriate time. So what I even did things, because like I said, I started December 16th, even for Christmas. The only things I asked for were things that would support what I was trying to do with myself. I asked for like workout clothes. I wanted lounge wear so that I could get dressed every day. I wanted workout clothes so that I could feel cute when I worked out. Like I did things, everything I did was putting me in the forefront. And that was the first time I've done that in so long. And I'm so grateful because I was so, I feel so grateful because I was just so kind to myself. And I've never been this kind, like, ever. I'm always just so rigid and like, you got to do better. You got to do this. And this was just the first time where I gave myself that much grace, and it feels so good because, you know, I'm living in a space of like doing anything is better than doing nothing. So even if I had 7 things on this list for like my 75 soft list that I had to do, if I did 3 out of those 7 things, instead of me looking at it like, dang, you didn't get 4 things done, like you only got 3, that's not even half. I looked at it and I was like, dang girl, you got 3 things done today. Period. That's it. Moving on to the next day. If I only got 2 things, it didn't matter because doing something was so much better than nothing. And it helped me find myself, and it helped me get to know myself again, and it helped me realize that I need to make myself a priority and actually making it a reality. Like, the fact that I was like, okay, well, when Jordan gets home, I'm going to the gym. That's just it. I'm going to the gym. And then you just set goals for yourself. And that is where I'm at. I set the goal of running a marathon. So I'm going to be running a marathon in April. I mean, that's a whole nother thing. I never thought I'd be running ever. I always thought those people were crazy. Anywho, what I'm saying is, for all the mamas out there that maybe feel like they're in like a dark space or they're not putting themselves first, do it. Take little steps. Be kind to yourself. Follow through. And then when you fall, just pick yourself up and do it again. But keep doing it with grace and be kind. Imagine that you're running a marathon and you're running and then you trip, but you have a coach and they're like, oh, you stupid, how could you fall like that? Get up, you know? And you're just like, ugh. And it just, every time you fall, it's just beating you down, beating you down. Versus you have a coach that's like there, oh, you fell? It's okay, girl, get up. You can do it. Keep on going. You do it, you fall again. And then you just take it with so much more ease, and it's so light. And it's just such a better way to go through life, because why do we need to beat ourselves up? Why do we need to feel guilty about taking care of ourselves and putting ourselves first? We don't need to do that. Look, life is beautiful. Every day you wake up, that is a gift from God. Like, you are alive, period. Who's texting me? What was I saying? So why not enjoy it? We literally have one life. And it was so funny. I had this thought in the car, super random. I was like, YOLO, you only live once. But it's like, no, we live every day. You just die once. You die one time. So why not every day you try and be a little better? A little bit better gets you bigger and bigger. And it may not be like how you thought it would be. It may not be as fast as you thought. It may not have been like, whatever, but like, progress is progress. And I think we just need to be more kind to ourselves on this journey of motherhood, because this is a long road. This is a marathon. This is not a quick trip. So you might as well enjoy it. And even with your partners, me and Jordan, I feel like we had a lot, we went through it. I'll just say we had a hard time. I think I mean, a lot of it is lack of sleep. On his behalf, I know that when he doesn't get sleep, he is not the most patient person. And I think for me that made me resentful, because I'm like, you're sleeping way more than me. Like, I haven't slept in months, like being pregnant, being uncomfortable, all these things. And it was like, and it was a resentment, and I felt like we just weren't on the same team. It just felt like we were going back and forth. And to see where we're at now is so beautiful, because there was a time during this last postpartum whatever when I was just like, yo, like, what are we doing? Like, did we make the right decision? Like, did we pick the right people? Like, did we do this correctly? Because how are we not doing that? And hearing people say, it's normal, it's hard, but like, knowing it's hard and going through the hard is way different, because it's something that having 2 under 2 is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I do think that in 2 or 3 years, I'm going to say this was the best decision I ever made. But right now, I'm feeling better. And that's, right now I'm starting to see the light. So I can't say like right now, but like maybe last month right now, I was like, this is wild. But now they're starting to play together. There's a little bit of, I don't know, friendship that I see happening. And that just like melts my heart. And I'm so happy. I can't wait to see like where life takes us. And yeah, all I'm trying to say right now is I am enjoying refiguring out who I am, even like my style. Like, I have been wearing maternity clothes and breastfeeding clothes for like 3 years. I literally wear the same, let's say, 6 outfits for like the last year, and before that was probably the same 6 outfits for that year, because everything has to be easy. Look at me today. I am in a turtleneck. This is a one piece. That means it snaps. Ain't nobody getting in. Nobody's feeding, okay? I am so happy to almost be done with this breastfeeding journey. I am so grateful that I did it. It is the most beautiful experience ever, and I highly recommend it if you could do it. But I am so happy to be done. I am so happy. These tatas are off limits almost. I got like a month. I'm trying to make it till a year. So I got about 2 months left or so. But the fact that I could wear a high neck brings me so much joy. I mean, it's 80 degrees outside. I almost wore a long sleeve turtleneck because I was just so excited that I don't even know what my style is. You know, now with the style, I'm kind of into, is it the Gen X people that wear the baggy clothes? Like, I'm into the baggy look. It makes me comfortable. Gone are the skinny jeans, because I would probably be up here like crouched over uncomfortable. But this is great. Figuring out my style, like, I just can't wait to get rid of all of those nursing shirts and zippers and all this stuff and just get a wardrobe that I like. I cannot wait to get, and I feel like I'm slowly adding pieces and figuring it out, because it's like I feel a little bit more mature, and I want to like explore what that looks like. And I'm trying these things. Like, I even tried, when people tuck the shirt up there and they have it's like a baggy shirt and it's tucked in the back. I tried that, but it's like, I don't even know how you guys could tuck your shirt into your bra in the back. Like, my arms don't reach. I'm like, do you put the shirt in first and then you lift up the bra? I don't know. I feel like I gotta watch like some videos on how to style myself, because I want to find my new like fun mom. I don't know, guys. I'm just really enjoying being nice to myself. I'm enjoying this space. I'm enjoying a clear mind. I'm enjoying finally bringing the podcast back, because I did not, because it's really hard trying to like shoot with 2 kids. Like, trying to schedule this is really hard, but I'm so passionate about it that I'm like, I gotta find a way. It's the first episode that's the hardest one, because it's just like, all right, once it's open, we're in. So I'm super excited to get this season kicked off, get it started, share. I got some great guests, and my first guest, I'm really excited. He's really handsome, and I like him a lot. So I'm excited to share that. I got some other guests coming in, and I can't wait to hear their stories, because there's just so many things that I want to talk about still, and so many things that I want to share. So I feel like the hunger is there. I feel like my desire is there, and I know I keep saying I'm so grateful. I gotta get at the thesaurus, because grateful, there's gotta be another word. I'm inspired. And I also want to say thank you to all my guests that were on my first season. I feel like I had nothing to show them, nothing. I was just like, I have this idea. Can you do it? I mean, that's a lot. So I'm grateful for my guests that came on my first season. I'm just excited to see what this next season is going to bring. This next season of the show, this next season of my life, the next season of my family. Yeah. So thank you for being here with me. Season 2, here we go. Yes, sir. Whoop, my bad. Okay, well, I'm not going to go off as I planned. And my time's up here anyway. So thank you guys. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with me. If you liked what you heard, put a ding on it. Don't forget to rate and review. And remember, motherhood is the best hood.